This from the woman who paraded her love of her child's teacher in front of Luke's face. Hey, I'm Bridgette and I'm back. I was so happy to see some of you on the live stream, but for those of you who missed it, don't worry, I will be back soon. I hope you all enjoyed my silly little Hinge video, and stay tuned because I think I'm going to make some more for Gilmore guys, so watch this space. For now, let's just get straight into the messy recap. Richard and Emily argue incessantly and I can't deal. Emily is sad because Richard is no longer attending the posh show events. Meanwhile, Richard is stressed AF because of work stuff. Emily's friends come over, spot Rory and decide she would make the ideal candidate for a debutante ball. Rory agrees to it, so I guess she's coming out. Lorelai has to call up Dee Dee as the father needs to be the one to escort the daughter. Dee Dee turns up and thinks he's doing bits by rocking up with a battered secondhand dictionary for Rory and a job. Dean also agrees to come to the ball after much bribery from Rory. Rory comes out, Lorelai gets a little lit, and her and Dee Dee kind of kiss before Dee Dee reveals that he has an entire girlfriend in Boston. Lorelai looks crestfallen, which is surprising as it's Dee Dee and he's useless. She pops over to see Emily as she feels bad that her parents are at odds, and I'm left wondering if Emily and Richard are going to make it. So the girls head over to Luke's diner, and now I'm wondering, do these girls ever eat a meal at home?
No. No. The answer is no.
It's beginning to look a lot like stalking. So Luke is busy charming the pants of this older lady, and Lorelai clocks it and is like, why is he being so nice to people? He's usually super moody. Then she comments on the fact that she never really sees Luke flirting with other girls. And thankfully, Rory shuts down this narrative. Rory's like, he literally flirts with you all day, every day. Lorelai is just so too much.
You're doing too much.
She tries to get Luke's attention because she's an attention seeker, and thankfully Luke shuts it down. Then Rory and Lorelai have this exchange about a CD that Lorelai's hidden because it's a Barry Manilow CD. And to be fair, she should be hiding that CD. I mean, she shouldn't be listening to Barry Manilow in the first place. Also, Lorelai has not removed the frosted lips from the last episode from the ball, and I kind of love it. What I don't love, however, is Lorelai being nosy about Luke's love life. She's wondering if Luke has dated anybody since Rachel, and it's like,
mind your business, that's all, just mind your business.
Unless you're going to go full throttle and try to be with this man, leave him alone. So Rory can't seem to let go of the Barry Manilow thing, and they continue to tease each other, and then they cheers each other with absolutely nothing in their cups.
Nothing! You've done nothing! Nothing!
Lorelai comes back home and is distressed because there's something wrong with her car. The reason that the car is playing up is because the car battery has been drained because Lorelai insists on keeping it running and having music playing, etc., etc. So Lorelai then calls Michelle to help her, to give her a lift, which is super rogue. So she's on the phone to Michelle, but she's continuing to have a conversation with Rory while Michelle's waiting on the other line. And I have done that sometimes where I've just forgotten that I've even called somebody, and it's so rude. And I cannot believe Michelle actually has the patience for it.
You're so annoying.
So Lorelai wants a lift from Michelle, but he can't give her one because he's already at work. So she asks to speak to Carol, but Michelle doesn't want to speak to Carol because Carol ate his low-fat cheese. So in the end, Lorelai bribes him with low-fat cheese and he relents.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Chilton! So it's lunchtime and Rory's eating lunch on her own, which appears to be a reoccurring theme. Honestly, sounds great to me. I'm not a massive fan of people either. She's got her Walkman, her books, a solid meal. What more could she need?
Shout out to everybody with social anxiety.
So the guidance counsellor comes in and interrupts Rory and says she'd like to have a little chat with her. So Rory goes to the guidance counsellor's office. Basically, the counsellor says Rory's being too much of a loner. Headmaster Charleston and this woman do not like the fact that Rory does not appear to have any friends.
Loser!
But, I mean, she seems happy enough to me. If the girl wants to listen to her tunes and read her book and eat in peace, what is actually wrong with that? But apparently, Rory being a loner could affect her recommendations to university. So, of course, Rory's ears prick up and she's like, okay, I'm going to have to do what you tell me then. She has no other choice. She's going to have to make some friends. Back at the Gilmore girl house, and Lorelai does not seem too pleased that Rory is being forced to make friends. And I wonder if that's because she only wants Rory to be friends with her and her alone, and maybe Lane. She is very amped up about the situation and the reaction is a lot. This is the hill you're choosing to die on, Lorelai? Okay, girl. You were happy to date her teacher, but go off. Meanwhile, Kirk is fixing Lorelai's car as one of his many, many jobs. He's been listening in on their conversation. He lets the Gilmore girls know that he too was a loner and had a duffel bag, ate lunch alone, etc. And he's like, I turned out fine. I beg to differ, Kirk. So Lorelai decides to pay Headmaster Charleston a visit, wearing this. I mean, it's marginally better than the hot pants that she wore the first time she met him. Again, what a weird hill to die on. I thought Lorelai had many, many jobs. Why has she got time to go into the school to discuss this? Is this really worth a school meeting? Headmaster Charlton is having none of it. He's like, ooh, like mother, like daughter. Because you, Lorelai Gilmore, have not participated in a single Chilton activity as a parent. Lorelai claims she's been busy. Doing what exactly? Getting engaged and unengaged? Gallivanting off cross-country to avoid getting married? Terrorizing Luke at his place of work? Anyway, Headmaster Charlton gives her a list of activities that she can participate in.
Shame.
So Lorelai's busy poring over this list when Rory comes in and Lorelai starts moaning to her. And I'm beginning to think that Lorelai actually enjoys being treated like a child. Rory is siding with her mum, Kel Surprise, and is like, you actually don't have time for activities.
Does he know that you got pregnant at 16?
But then Lorelai starts to see the benefits of Rory being more social because it's her dream, Rory's dream for them to get into Harvard. For real though, whose dream is it? It's given you're trying to live vicariously through your child. So the next day, Rory decides to sit with a new group of girls at lunchtime, and the leader of the group is Francie, who claims she is a VIP. She introduces Rory to all her minions, and honestly, most of these girls have insane names. There's Demure, Lily, Celine, Lana, Angel, and Lim, which is short for lemon. Okay. Paris walks past their table and then moonwalks back in absolute shock at the sight of seeing Rory sitting with these girls. Lemon, like lemon meringue pie, has the cheek to question Rory's name. And whilst I have said in the past that Lorelai is a strange name, Lemon?
Girl.
I think you can sit this one out. It appears that everybody likes Rory. Again, what's new there? So Rory leaves for class and bumps into Paris, who was clearly lying in wait for her. Paris wants to know how Rory got to sit with the Puffs. Apparently, the Puffs are a legendary sorority at Chilton. Paris is beside herself with desperation. Turns out her demonic mother was a Puff and also her cousin. She is desperate to know if Rory has said anything negative about her to the other Puffs. Paris has been trying to get a metaphorical and physical seat at the table for an entire year to no avail. And I do feel sorry for her. I love that Paris is so able to be vulnerable, but also get it together.
Just relax.
Guess who's back again?
Friday night dinner, and Emily seems to have acquired a black maid.
Okay.
Apparently they're barbecuing tonight, which seems bizarre. I don't know where Richard is. Oh, God, if this man has moved out. The Gilmore girls, who apparently have had no home training, swipe a corn on the cob from the chef, who has not even finished making the dinner, where Emily then finds them.
What is this, a refugee camp? Come inside and eat at the table.
Emily's disappointed because she's heard from one of her gossiping friends that Lorelai has not been participating in Chilton activities. So Lorelai, ever the person to think on her feet, says, yeah, I'm going to be joining the Booster Club. And Emily's like, oh, cool. You know they wear matching sweatshirts. And that completely wipes the grin off Lorelai's smug face. So the Boosters are having their first meeting. What the fuck is Lorelai wearing?
Because goddamn, she can't dress at all.
I mean, it's kind of cute, but it looks wrong for the occasion. She should have worn that to her bachelorette. So the ladies are discussing the fall fundraiser and they're trying to come up with a venue and a caterer for their event. They have come up with the idea of a fashion show.
A fashion show with no fashions. How dreadful.
Lorelai, with her busy self, volunteers the Independence Inn and volunteers Suki without asking her. Yet again, Lorelai is hell-bent on pimping Suki out at every opportunity. I wish she would pimp her out to some other men so she could leave Jackson. But that's wishful thinking. Anyway, the ladies just love Lorelai's suggestion and they get to plan it. Then Lorelai asks, oh, who are the models going to be? And the ladies are like, literally us. Literally us.
Wait a damn minute.
My mom's a model. Maybe you'll get to date Leonardo DiCaprio now.
Leonardo DiCaprio is like, now why am I in it? So Lorelai calls up Emily to tell her the news of the Booster Club meeting, and Emily is thrilled. And Lorelai just has to ruin it and drops on Emily that she will also be one of the models.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Which was not part of the plan at all. What is wrong with Lorelai? Why does she have to spread her misery to others? Just take the L. You've earned it. Anyway, Emily reluctantly agrees. So back at the Independence Inn, and Lorelai is finally doing some work. Psych! Apart from the work that she's doing is actually extracurricular activities for the Booster Club. Nice to see Michelle on job. Clearly somebody has to be.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Suki! I've missed her. As usual, she's doing Lorelai's bidding and preparing her catering savers for yet another one of Lorelai's ideas, for yet another thing that Lorelai has signed her up for and roped her into. And then Luke shows up with tools. How much more does this show actually want me to fall in love with this man? Because... So Lorelai gets rid of the builder that she's hired to fix the catwalk and just gets Luke to do the job instead. Ava from the Booster Club shows up and immediately takes a liking to Luke. I cannot say I blame her. Ava wants all the tea on Luke and Lorelai reluctantly gives her a little bit of it and lets her know that Luke is single. So Emily shows up apprehensive about the fashions that they're going to put the girls in, and Luke says, oh, do you know what? I'm going to stick around to just make sure that this catwalk doesn't fall apart. It's like, Lorelai doesn't want him to stick around because she's jealous. She's clocked that Ava likes him and she wants him to get out and scurry out quickly before Ava can get her claws into him.
Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
She didn't want that man. Let somebody else have him, preferably me. Anyway, Lorelai heads backstage with Emily and they find out that they will be walking the catwalk together as mother and daughter, presumably in matching outfits. The fashion show. First up, we have this beautiful floor-length, gorgeous sequin floral patterned halter neck dress. Yes. Next up, we have this chic print top with gold button detail and black slacks. And next, we have this two-piece to die for. It's giving power, bitch. And then a woolen two-piece suit there. And next, we have two versions of the same jacket. Red, single-breasted, velvet collar with some gold button detailing. Chic! Lorelai Gilmore is lapping it up. Yes! Lorelai looks like she'd rather be dead. But then she pulls the stick out of her ass and she starts getting into it and it's cute. Especially seeing Luke and Michelle looking on. I love this moment for Emily and Lorelai. Let's hope they remember it the next time they have a monumental fight. So the Booster girls are debriefing and they let Lorelai know that she's killed it. Emily is clearly very proud, but also maybe a little smug. She's like, it's funny that you fit in so well into the world that you tried to run away from.
And
So Ava has made her move. Again, I don't blame her. She has eyes, unlike Lorelai. But we all know that Lorelai likes to have things that she can't have. And again, she is jealous. Ugh.
We do not care.
So Lorelai gets back home and Rory obviously wants all the tea on what happened. And Lorelai's being really coy about it.
Boring.
Why can't she just say she had a fabulous time with her mother walking up and down the catwalk? Instead, she acts like the whole thing was a complete drag, even though Rory is supposed to be her best friend. Rory clocks her and she's like, I know you had a great time. Just show me the pictures. Then Lorelai informs Rory that she is being kidnapped tonight by the Puffs.
What the hell?
Unlike Rory, Paris did not get any forewarning that she was going to be kidnapped, so she turns up looking like this. The Puffs blindfold the girls and some other recruits and they take them to the school to break into Headmaster Charleston's office. What in the craft is going on in here? I rebuke it in Jesus' name, amen. Francie wants them to pledge their allegiance to the Puffs by reciting an oath and ringing a bell 3 times. What in the Ouija board? Anyway, Rory's up first, and before she can hit the bell a second time, in burst Headmaster Charleston with his 2 henchmen. Headmaster, did you really need the backup? The headmaster is vexed and he threatens the girls with suspension. Rory's not having a bar of it and she gets up and gives one of her impassioned speeches that unfortunately we have become accustomed to. She lets Headmaster Charleston know,
well, I didn't really want to be here, so I was made to be here, so...
She claims she has friends and a man and a mum who she's freakishly attached to, her words not mine, and she therefore does not want to be forced to make friends with other people. She is hella rude to Headmaster Charleston, but because she is Lorelai Gilmore, she gets away with it. So the parents come to retrieve their children from the school, and of course, Paris's demonic mother could not bother to make the journey, so the housekeeper stroke nanny comes to take Paris away instead. Lorelai comes to collect Rory, but of course Rory is an angel who can do no wrong, so she doesn't get admonished in any way, shape or form. So Lorelai decides to continue on her stalking mission by heading to Luke's diner and demanding to know, interrogating him about Ava. She has the audacity, the gall and the gumption to tell Luke that he shouldn't be dating a Chilton mum. Is she okay in the head?
Are you okay?
This from the woman who paraded her love of her child's teacher in front of Luke's face. I was honestly floored and gagged listening to Lorelai go on about how she wants to keep her Chilton life separate from her Stars Hollow life.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
But Luke lets her have it.
Boy, I tell you, you've got nerve.
Okay, well, I know it's your private business.
It is my private business.
You don't see any validity to my side at all?
I am a grown man. You cannot tell me who to date.
I'm not telling you who to date. I'm telling you who not to date.
You can't tell me that either.
I'ma just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
However, he then tells her that he didn't even ask Ava out. He was just giving her directions, which definitely pleases Lorelai.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
Meanwhile, back at Chilton, Rory's back in her usual place with her headphones and her book and her lunch when another girl approaches and asks to sit down with her. This girl also starts reading. And I guess that makes Rory know that she ain't that special. Who am I kidding? It's just another opportunity for Rory to feel smug that there was nothing wrong with her and she was right all along.
Yeah, they all know what's up.
Rory, down you come a tad. I get you want to be a loner, but you always have to be so sanctimonious. Lorelai, down you come. Yes, I enjoyed you on the catwalk, but you trying to tell Luke who he can date was not it. Emily, up you come, girl. You were an absolute pro on the catwalk. Fierce, funny, fabulous. Luke, yup, up a bit. You laid down the law with Lorelai, but annoyingly seemed to enjoy watching her squirm because you love her. Paris, girl, the desperation to be a puff was a lot, but you can stay right there because you were vulnerable again, and we love that for you. And that's it. Well, considering we didn't have to see Dean or Jesse, I'm going to take that as a win. Join me next time for some more shenanigans. Until then, okay, bye.